I'm gonna see how hard this rear end's gonna be to get out of here. Right here you'll see I'm marking the cut lines where I want to split the frame at. Alright. Drop that rear end down. Alrighty. I guess I gotta drive that out. All that's left is the front two bolts and the whole rear end to be out from under it. Let's see here. Oh man. Unbolting the front of the torque arms. Man, they were tight. Yeah, that'll work. One down. stripped down and ready for fab. I just wanted to get that out of the way. I don't think it'd be that bad. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday morning after Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good turkey day. And I've had a couple nights of sleep since I got a game plan on this thing. And talked to my uncle a little bit. And I think I'm changing it up again. I think I'm going to go ahead and use that frame that came with the rear end. That way I can keep all my mounts and keep everything small. If I need to brace it up, I will, but I don't know. I'm gonna get this positioned where I need it. And I know this area is gonna need some work to get everything to fit, but I think what I'll do is I'll cut it off right in here, split this here, and just taper that into it. Once I get it tacked in place, the rear end mounted, then I'll come back and use 10 gauge and box the inside of the frame. I think that's going to be my best bet. I think it'll be the quickest route. After I get this all situated, and then I'll have to come back here and figure out a bed mount, but I'd have to do that anyways. If I narrowed this, I'd still have to come up with a bed mount, so no big deal. I'm gonna get that moved and see if we can't get this thing setting back on all fours again. All right, the first thing I want to do, I want to make sure when this one goes on that it's the same height right here. So I'm going to set that up there like that. I'm going to clamp it on. Just like so. I'm going to take these angles, put them right there. Just like that. And then when I cut this off, I'm going to mark the floor where this is so nothing changes. Once I get that cut off there, I'll clamp this one on to here, and it'll be in the exact same spot back here, and then up here all I gotta do is modify it, cope the frame rails into it. Gotta have better ground than that. And turn the welder up. Alright. That's perfectly level. We'll get this out of the way. I'm knocking the factory rivets out so I can separate the two pieces.
That popped right off there.
Oh, I didn't cut that one all the way through. All right, I changed my mind. I'm gonna put it back together. Not. All right, I'll get that last rivet out there. Right there. And right there. Tape was covering it up. I'll get that out of there, and then I'll go ahead and split up here, get this pulled in close, get it roughed in, and I'll catch back with you in a little bit. All right. Real close, real close. All right. All right. Thing about these projects is they're always changing. I didn't like the way the frame rails looked, so I ended up taking them completely off. I'm getting the rear end and the rear frame section set where I want it, and then I'm going to build in between. Okay, there's that one. Okay. Now, the frame is set and level. Right there. All right, I've got the tape measure set level with the center of the tire in the front. Now, I need 1/16 here. I'm back about an inch. And yeah, right about an inch. This side, same thing. So I need to move the whole axle straight forward about an inch. Tub it out, it'll be fun. Sure it will. Alright. Let's I guess hook right there. Move it about an inch. Okay. See where we're at. About 116.5 over there. And 116.5 there. So. One 16. And 116. Okay. Now, this needs to be right there and level. All right, right there is level. Now, you need to make sure it's centered. Seven inches. Six and 7/8. 6 7/8. 116 and an 8. One 16 and an 8. Okay, just get a couple more measurements. That mount, 9 1/4. Go from that rivet 53.5. That rivet. $53.5. Level. 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 And level. Okay. Well, right there's where it needs to be. Now, to get everything fabbed up, okay. Well, guys, this is nerve-wracking. Actually starting to tack parts together, so that's a plus. Let that down and make sure that's set level. of course, just touch too far. So I know this is going to be moved. 29 1/4. Good. Let's go to that hole. Right there. 42 1/2. Okay, so this frame has to shift that way, 1/4 inch. $42 3/4. $42 3/4. Okay, now I'll measure. Let's go right here. We'll go from that same rivet straight back. 62 3/4. $62 3/4. All right. Flush and flush. Let's try it this way. 70 5/8. $70 5/8. That is exactly where it needs to be. Okay, everything looks pretty decent. Looks squared and level. Alright, as it turns out, I was looking through my stockpile and found a piece that had almost the identical bends as this frame. It's 10 gauge, just like the original frame. I'm gonna get this put in here and figure out what I need for the inside. This section right here, I'm gonna cut out of it, get rid of it. I've already cut the outside, so I didn't have to worry about it. But I can come right here and cut, get this cleaned out. I'm gonna box it from behind this, come down and in, and that's gonna be a tubing when it's done. But, man, why is my blower doing that? This works out real good. Why is that tip? You know, I got brand new tips in there. I ought to change it. But you know how it is. You get busy, you don't want to stop. that is tacked in. I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get that welded so it can't move. And then I'll go ahead and trim this and get figured out what I need. I still got to put a bottom flange on it. I think what I'll do is I'll just, when I make this inner panel, I'll just put a bend on that and then weld it out here and up here. That's going to be strong as it needs to be. I need to decide if I'm going to put a cage in this or not. I really hate to. This is a rust-free cab that, man, they're really hard to come by. But we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm gonna change this tip. I'm gonna get this stuff welded up and then cut that out and figure out what I need there. All right, let's see how this new tip welds. Oh yeah. Man, wish I could see. Absolutely wonderful. All right. That looks good. All right, I'm going to go to the other side, get it welded up. And then I'll get the plasma over here. Get this tubing out of the middle. You know, this welder I complain about it a lot, welding sheet metal on bodies. For some reason, down on one, I have all kinds of problems. On two, I have issues once in a while, but once you get up into higher settings, man, this thing just welds so gorgeous. Alright, I like it. Alright, I'll get plasma over here. I'll trim this here. Well, just about done. All right, guys, I think it looks pretty darn good. I'm leaving that support on there until I get the inside boxed. Now see, there will be another piece comes down and under to attach here all the way up to about here, and it'll come back to about right here. This will be all tubing right there. What I'm gonna do, this will all be welded solid all the way around, but I'm gonna also make a bracket to come up somewhere in here, come down and encapsulate that inside that bracket. I'll put a hole and then weld around that. It'll never go anywhere. But I like it. It looks, I think it looks really good. Everything's welded nice and solid. Once I get the other inside pieces made, coped, and welded, then I can set it down on the ground at that point, and the frame should be about ready. Well, the back half should be about ready for rear end assembly and all that stuff. After I get all the fab done, then I'll repaint the frame again. But I'm going to make a template for the inside pieces and then probably run out to Dad's shop to get those made. I don't know, I don't think I have any more material here. I can look, but I don't think I do. All right, well, I guess that's about all I can do until I get the inside frame rails done. I still got to get that heater system out of the inside and get the firewall cut. That way, when I get my engine back, I can set it in place. And I'm gonna pop the cab back off there. Once I get the engine in there, I'll pull the cab off there and do all the drivetrain. And then I'll put it back on. Okay, before I skedoodle on out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my pieces for the frame on Blown Budget. Do them both on that hoist. All right. Hit the edge of that with the grinder. I'll trace it for the other side of the frame. Then all I got to do is put 2 bends in. Yeah, I believe I mowed mine on Saturday. Find my marker. Alright. Now, as long as I do it right and left, I'll be good. Already let the fire die down. So it's getting a little chilly in here. Sure all that measures out. 2 1/4, 2 1/4. 18. All right. Put my little birdies. Nope. That one gets bent the other way. That gets bent up. That gets bent down. See there? Getting in a hurry. This one just gets a slight bend in it. The other two, this bend and this bend, gets a 90-degree. All right. I'm not going to bend that today, so I'll go ahead and scribble that out so I'll remember tomorrow. All right, now that's going to box in that whole section in between the purchased rear half and the factory frame. That's going to make that a big tubing. I'm going to go up under the cab a little bit, about a foot. And then right about here is where those two pieces join. So all this is coming up in front, and then I'm plating the bottom. So inside frame rail. It'll follow the contour of the frame with the lip underneath. Now to get it put in. Alright. Wow. That looks pretty darn good. I've got to trim the top of this one. Well, actually, both of them. You gotta trim them so they follow that contour. All right, I'll get those trimmed and I'll be back. I went ahead and undercoated it. A lot of angles here, so it's going to be fun. Getting everything where I want it. And it's going to sound kind of funky because of the undercoat. Alright. Let's see what it looks like underneath. That looks good. Go get my other clamps and I'll pull it up tight. I think it's going to work out just fine. Let's see. Get this front tag. little gap right here. Let's see. Hey, now, lay your arm on the wheel. Okay, all that feels good. Let's pull around right here. Okay, only thing left here is put the piece in here. Pull that down a little bit closer. One side on. Okay. All right, I'll go to the other side, get it tacked on. And then it's ready to weld. Almost like I designed it that way. Good. Get that pulled over. There. get this welded up, I'll be able to bring this up onto the floor. And let's tighten that up just a little bit. There, now. Put that piece under here, like so. Alright, looks good to me. I'm gonna double check, make sure everything's still level. Alright guys, last night I was hurting and I didn't do any more welding, so I went home. Just think about your own projects. You can quit when you want. Alright, let's get this thing welded up. I was hurting pretty good last night. I didn't want to crawl around this thing all night. So I decided to come in 6 o'clock this morning to try to get this thing welded up before I start on the Suburban. Alrighty. That's all welded up. I've got to make the brackets to go right there on both sides and the loops to go on the outside, and then tie that all in. Once that's tied in, then I'll raise this thing up and do up under there, underneath where I can't get to because of the stand. I'll raise it up on the hoist. But it's Looking good, everything's staying nice and level. Yeah, right on the money, so I'm gonna let that cool and I'm gonna get started on the Suburban. All right, I am going to try something. I need to make some cradles for the front suspension. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, something about like that, I guess. All right. Let's see. Okay, I like that. I've got to cut that loop to fit around that pipe. I'll cut this, clean it up, spin it around, cut another one, spin it around, cut another one, cut another one. So I'll have 4 pieces. The 2 inside ones, I'll come back and cut straight down and straight down. It'll be like this right here. On the inside, it'll do that. I'll weld across and then I'll put this piece back in and then I'll plate the bottom side in between both of them. All right, I think that should be good. I just wanted to get an idea of how I was going to support that. Now I welded that pipe to the frame all the way around, and then I'm going to put this over it, weld it to the frame, weld it underneath. I don't think it'll ever go anywhere. I'll get that tomorrow. Okay, so you guessed it. I decided to go ahead and get one cut, see how it fits. I like that. I'm cutting 1/4-inch plate for this. It's probably an overkill, but let's see. Now I'll bring in that curve. All right, there's that. Let's just see how it fits. I'm gonna do some cleanup. These pieces I gotta clean up here. Oh, it'll fit on that one. Okay. I'll get that centered. Hey, holding the thumb. I'll get that centered and weld all the way through. It'll get welded across there and down. Bend that to go back like that. And then I'll plate that flange. I'll plate down, across, and back up. I think that'll work out beautiful. All right, I'll go ahead and get this marked. Hope my piece is big enough here. Well, it will be, because this side the inside will be trimmed off so it'll go down over. All right, yeah, that'll work. That like that, yeah, that works out nice. My piece could have been just a little bit bigger, but 2 pieces will get cut like that. And on the inside, because I can't slide it over that tube, I'll slide it down over the tube, weld it all the way around, and then when I put that band like this, I'll just plug those 2 little holes. All right, yeah, I like it. But that's enough for today. I'm out of here. put a hole in that. I can pierce 1/4 inch plate, but it's just harder on the plasma. So I'd rather just throw a small hole in there. I'll get them cleaned up. I'd say that's really close. Alright, as you can see, I ground the paint up. Got these bent. I'm gonna slide that on there just like that. The frame is level, as you can see here. I'm gonna put that level right there. I'm gonna need to clean this. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this inside one in. You can see I'm gonna weld all the way around that, and now I'll bend a piece that'll follow this around, and that should never go anywhere. December 1st, driving a Blue Mule. What am I doing this for? You shall shortly see. Man, need to wash this thing. It gets dirty sitting around. Well, guys, there she is. Power plant for blown budget. Everything in this motor is new except for the valves, and they were all reground. And of course, timing cover and the oil pan. Man, has it been a long journey. All right. I'll pull it out and get it on the stand. Almost forgot you in the back of the truck, guys. All right, grab some bolts. All right. Hopefully this stand will hold it better than my other one did. I couldn't be happier with it. You seriously didn't think I was gonna get this thing home and not try my intake out, did you? Oh yeah. She party, I tell you. Hey, she's on the ground. Up just a hair in the front, but by the time I get that big block and transmission in there, that thing's gonna be setting low. I had to throw the wheels on it. I'm gonna bring the Suburban over here, put it on the lift. I'm gonna put this over there where the Suburban is. All right, I got it over here. Measured the wheelbase, went a line on the floor, laid it on there. It was right on the money. So I went out and grabbed my bed. I'm gonna get that set on there, just so I see what kind of mounts I'm gonna need. Too fat, man, too fat. Yeehaw. All right, I'm gonna get my floor jack to support the back of it. Hey, now, that was a finger. If I can do this from the center. Back here, let's do this. I think I gotta go down in the front. About an inch. All right, let me find something to block this with. Wow, there's a lot of room in there. Nice and centered. It's not sitting exactly where it needs to be, but I mean, the bed's all loose anyways. It's got to be all squared up, tightened down. It's got to drop down just a little bit in the front. Nice. I think it's going to look sharp. Yeah, front's got to shift over a little bit. The back's got to shift over. There's a lot of squaring to do on this one. I want to see something. Come much room is there in here? Okay, from the fender lip to the frame, I've got 28 inches. So I could do a 24-inch wide tire in there. Wow. 4 foot of tire on the back. Yeah, buddy, that's not gonna be cheap. Well, guys, it's Saturday morning. Chasing them bolt holes just to make sure there ain't nothing in them. I want to set the front end on. The cab has the mounts in it, but nothing is tight. There's not even the bottom part of the bushings on it. It's just got the holes dropped through. So the cab is just sitting there. Before I can get the bed mounts figured out, I need to get the front end put on here and get everything squared up to the frame to make sure everything's straight. Been an eventful morning, but that's all right. It's still a beautiful day, and God is good. Taking on a whole new look with the front end on there. Get the bed set on there. Now, I'm not going to go through and get everything exactly perfect. This has got to come right back off. So, I'm just going to get it on there and get some measurements, situate the cab a little better. I'm even going to be taking the cab back off, so I ain't even going to bolt it down. I'm just going to get it centered up, set where it needs to be. Get that tightened down, and I'll be right back. See, I knew it was off. You can see right there, it's to the inside of the frame, to the outside of the frame. So I'll get this cab shifted around and get it squared up. See where we can go from there. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Okay, that one's gotta go in. Man, this thing's short. Okay, that one's gonna go that way. Let's see where the front ones are. Okay, it's gotta go this way. And that way, okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, grab a pry bar here. And that's not much of a pry bar. But it ain't gonna work. Okay. Be right back. Hey, it's moving. See where it's at now. I know I've got a bunch of pry bars around here. I haven't seen any in quite a while though. Okay, that's got to move over a little more. And it looks like forward. What's this pocket look like? This one's got to move. Yeah. I'll use the spike and shift that one, and it might move that front one where I need it. Yeah, buddy. I like it. Still got to move a little bit more. That's close. Alright. Let's see how the other side looks. I'm not going to try to squeeze onto that again. Yeah, this side needs to get the bushing out of my way so I can see for one. Okay. Okay, that is dead center of that hole. Get that bushing back in there. Come on. Woo, hot. Now, darn it, I moved it again. All right, that one's centered. that one's centered. It looks like the whole cab's got to go straight forward. Maybe a ½ inch, if that. This side. Okay. See where that's setting now. It still looks like the back's got to shift over just a hair. Let's all right, I got it centered up. Whew. It's measured out. It is right where it needs to be. What happened, apparently, I'm gonna have to get the title out and look at it, but apparently this cab is the big truck cab. The front mounts are clear out here, and the top hole's right in line, but the hole through the channel is really small. This bolt barely went through the hole. I had to thread that hole out of it. So all it is that bottom hole needs opened up. Give a little leeway to move around for adjustment. I pulled them bolts out and it went right in place. So the cab and front end are sitting right where it needs to be. Now, y'all seen me last night set the bed on there, and I was trying to square it all up. Of course, the bed is not bolted tight, it's just loose, so it moves around. But I had it 1 inch away from the cab, and that's where they're supposed to be. As you can see, I got the cab squared up now. The wheel opening looks good. That wheel opening looks good. Looks good on the frame down here now. You can see that plate there and that plate there are both 3/8 of an inch inside the frame. Now I've got to go get the front cross member for the bed that goes across here. I believe I have one in my storage unit. So I'm gonna run out, see what I can find there. If I can get that on there, then that'll locate the front and it'll pull the back where it needs to be and all that good stuff. So I'll be back. I totally forgot I even had that. A brand new fuel tank. All right, let's get this down in here. Okay, now the way these work, this gets bolted flat to there, just like that. Then you got 3/4 of an inch plywood, or not plywood, but 3/4 boards that comes on top of these underneath the sides, and it goes over top of this. So I do not have any 3/4 board here, so I'm going to take and bolt this on using that nut and that washer. That's 3/4 of an inch. So I'll do that right there. Here, let's do it the easy way. Just like so. Get the other bolt out. Drop my washer. Put that on there. And now I should be able to well, now what are you doing here? There we go. Well, maybe. Uh-huh. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, that's for a 3/8 bolt, not a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna open that up. All right. Well, that bit's about junk. I'm gonna go get a good bit. Let's see if this one will work. If not, I'll just get a regular drill bit. Finally, come on, man. Dull step bit, my battery died. Okay, that'll be close enough. All right, now I've got this propped up with jack stands, so it was out of my way. Set that down. Set that down. Now I gotta slide this forward so those holes line up. That one's almost lined up. It's hanging up on that board in the back. All right. Whew. Where's the hole? There it is. All right. That one's lined up. Drop a bolt before it moves. Yeah, I like it. All right. Get this side. I moved the board on that side, now this side don't line up. Let's just move that forward a little bit. Alright. Now it should line up. Oh, right on the money. Yeah, that looks good, man. Okay. Now, the front's lined up where it needs to be. Nice even gap. It looks like the back of the bed's got to go up just a little bit. Let's look down the body lines. Not much. Actually, they look really good. Right there. All right, let's see if we moved the wheelbase. Oh yeah, that's what I like right there. It is dead center of that wheel opening. That drives me nuts on these trucks. All right, we're looking good. About the same distance there. I might have to shift just a little bit. Whoa. Yeah. You can see, you can move these beds all over the place. Until you get them square, they're gonna move. Well, that big measure ain't gonna get it. There it is. That big one. All right, try this again. I have 101 3/16. And 7/16. So let's bump that back the other way. And 1 5/16. And 5/16. From the edge of that frame to there, 1 5/8. Edge of the frame to there, 1 5/8. It is right where it needs to be. Okay, let's make sure it's set level. We have 3 13/16 to the top of that lip, or that bead. And we have 3 at 3 3/4. Let's measure this one again. Yeah, 3 3/4. Okay. Well, that is exactly where the bed needs to be. That's where the cab needs to be. Now, Yeah, that gap looks good now. Pretty close on the cab to bed, which I didn't change none of that. That's the original cab corners. About exactly the same. Body line there looks good. Body line there looks good. All right. Just like I said the other day on the Suburban, preparation is key. You got to make sure everything is ready before you go doing your work. Yeah. I can't wait to rip those streets up with this one. That still looks good. That still looks good. All right. Okay. No. All right. Now, figure out what wheels and backspace I need. They're gonna be fun putting on there too. Once I do figure out what backspace I need. Well, hello. Got plenty of room. Can't tell, I'm kind of excited about this thing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm really getting into my work here. All right. Let's figure out what we got here. Okay. We have 25.5 inches after everything is squared up, touching the fender lip, touching the frame. I'm gonna say, drop that down 1 inch from the fender lip. I'm gonna say leave it at 22 inches. Okay. Hold that thought. All right. So, my idea is clamp that up here. Well, that ain't gonna tell me nothing. Okay, hold on a second, I got another idea. Never fear, I've always got ideas. Whether they work or not on the first try, that might be a different story, but I never give up. Okay, let's see. Right there's the center of the axle. Okay, so apparently my GoPro is acting funky again this morning. So, all right, I need to get some wheels that a 20-inch wide tire can fit. I'm gonna go with 33-inch tall tire with 6-inch back space. I have to see what I can find used. I'm not buying new. That's crazy. I can't afford that. I know them wheels will not be cheap. So I got to see what I can find used. If any of you know where some are that can be bought reasonably, let me know in the comments. This is a fun project for me. I've never had a tub vehicle. I've never had a vehicle with a big block, for one thing. I've had a T-bucket with 600 horse, but that's not a big block with 600 horse. Big block, that torque's gonna be through the roof, and I can't wait to romp on it. But on that note, it's been a long week. On top of working all day, I've been working in the evenings on this, and then come in here Saturday, worked on that Colorado I picked up, and I wanted to get this thing situated today. At the end of the week, I wanted to have this thing together, and it is together. I got a game plan on getting the bed mounted. I've got a game plan on the wheels. And now comes all the fab. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel, because you never know what I'm going to get into. I get a lot of harebrained ideas. All right, well, I'm gonna close this out. If you liked what you seen, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching. If you haven't yet, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. This truck is a personal build, and I will be collecting all the videos every time I work on it, and then putting them out hopefully once a week. So if you liked watching this, stay tuned. There's a lot in store for this truck. I had to go pick the engine up in the Blue Mule because I felt it was very fitting. Going in a 65 Chevy pickup to pick up the engine for a 66 Chevy pickup. I can't get over how much space there is in here for tires. This is the specs that I need. If anybody knows of any good used wheels and tires, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video too. I like to hear some feedback on it. I spent a lot of time on it, and I'd like to know if I'm doing what everybody feels is appealing. Thank you.